Simeon was a person who lived in the temple and was longing to find out when the Messiah was coming. And then we have this beautiful, quaint picture of Mary and Joseph and the infant Christ being brought into the temple. It's very warm and beautiful, but then Simeon says some painful things. He says to Mary, speaking about Jesus, that this child will become a sign of contradiction. Ooh, I heard that sign of contradiction and I started thinking, isn't that what you and I are called to do as followers of Jesus? We are called to become signs of contradiction in our world. And what's that contradiction that we say? Well, we talk about life, don't we? In the midst of the freedom to have 1.5 million abortions every year. We talk about the sacredness of sex in marriage. We talk about the struggle with a culture of death, and we want to have a culture of life and go against the idea of a death penalty. We want to even say, and this is what's really tough at a time of vengeance and war, listening to Christ say, love your enemies, do good to those who persecute you. Oh my, isn't that hard to be a sign of contradiction? In many ways we stand alone, don't we? We stand alone relying on the power of the Holy Spirit to be with us when we speak a message that nobody likes to hear, a message that goes against the general train of what everybody's thinking. And we're filled with hope. I think it's the hope of Simeon, it's the hope of Anna, who were waiting in the temple for the Messiah to come. You and I, as we are signs of contradiction in our world today, standing up for Jesus, may we continue to remember that quiet hope of Simeon, that quiet hope of Anna. And may with courage, we really follow Christ, strengthened by the Spirit, to be a sign of contradiction to the world today.
Rolling. 5, 4, 3.
Today's gospel is a follow-up to the wonderful story about, remember, Jesus and the apostles coming to this land of the Gerasenes, and there's a man who's filled with Satan, and he's jumping on tombs, and he's naked and terrorizing anybody that wants to pass along that eastern part of the Sea of Galilee. And Jesus comes right up to him and, remember, sends out the evil spirit that was in the man into pigs, and the pigs have a stampede, 2,000 of them, into the Sea of Galilee. Well, if you remember that story, right away the people who had seen this were terrorized, and